CNN says the military is planning for a possible H1N1 outbreak. It's like, what do you mean it's possible? Everybody's reporting it. They're planning for it. They're getting prepped. It's coming because they're preparing. They're telling us all that, they're preparing. And CNN said U.S. military wants to establish regional teams of military personnel to assist civilian authorities in the event of a significant outbreak of the H1N1 virus, the swine flu, a.k.a. the government flu, this fall, according to Defense Department officials. The proposal is awaiting final approval from Defense Secretary Robert Gates. Officials would not be identified because the proposal from U.S. Northern Command's General Victor Renault has not been approved yet by the Secretary. But, I mean, they're preparing for it, so it's coming. Everything says it's coming.
Oh, definitely. And last week we reported, I did Jane Burgermeister's interview with a foreign correspondent that was saying that the World Health Organization is mobilizing this and making it mandatory basically worldwide, and they're starting to prepare worldwide for this to make sure that every human being on the planet gets this shot. And like I said, what better move for the New World Order, what better way for them to accomplish their goal of eliminating most of us and those who refuse to take the shot or rebel in some way or get out of line, going towards the death chamber or whatever, towards the vaccine shot of death, then these are the people that you need to take out or put in camps or whatever. And I don't know, but I tell you what, I think if anybody takes this vaccine, I think you're crazy, and definitely I'm not going to take it willingly. And I tell you what, I would rather my God-given immunities protect me, and I build up my immune system and keep myself healthy and take care of myself rather than relying on the government to take care of me and give me some kind of magic shot to hopefully make everything all better. It's a shot in the dark, as to something as opposed to something I control. So that's the way I look at it, but definitely scary, man.
There was also natural news. There was 10 things you're not supposed to know about the government flu vaccine. Number one, the vaccine production was rushed, and the vaccine has never been tested on humans. Do you like to play guinea pig for Big Pharma? If so, line up for your swine flu vaccine this fall. Number two, the government flu vaccines contain dangerous adjuvants that cause an inflammatory response in the body. This is why they are suspected of causing autism and other neurological disorders. Number three, the government flu vaccine could actually increase your risk of death from the swine flu by altering your immune system response. There is zero evidence that even seasonal flu shots offer any meaningful protection for people who take the jabs. Vaccines are the snake oil of modern medicine. Number four, doctors still don't know why the 1976 swine flu vaccines paralyzed so many people, and that means they really have no clue whether the upcoming vaccine might cause the same devastating side effects. Number five, even if the swine flu vaccine kills you, the drug companies aren't responsible. The U.S. government has granted drug companies complete immunity against vaccine product liability. Thanks to that blanket immunity, drug companies have no incentive to make safer vaccines because they only get paid based on quantity, not safety. Number six, no swine flu vaccine works as well as vitamin D to protect you from influenza. That's an inconvenient scientific fact that the U.S. government, the FDA, and Big Pharma hope that people never realize. Number seven, even if the government flu vaccine actually works, mathematically speaking, if everyone else around you gets the vaccine, you don't need one. Number eight, drug companies are making billions of dollars from the production of the vaccines. That money comes out of your pocket if you don't get the jab because it's all paid by the taxpayers. Number nine, when people start dying in larger numbers from the flu, rest assured that many of them will be the very people who got the vaccine. Doctors will explain this away with their typical big pharma logic. The number saved is far greater than the number lost. Of course, the number saved is entirely fictional, imaginary, and exists only in their own warped heads. And number 10, the vaccine centers that will crop up all over the world in the coming months aren't completely useless. They will provide an easy way to identify large groups of really stupid people.
That was... definitely large groups of stupid people, because if you're seeing all these people dying around you and then you get up for your turn to get the shot, you'd have to be stupid. And if you know your history, what happened before, yeah, I mean, you'd be crazy to get the shot. But I just wanted to add a couple to that. Number 11, 600 different kinds of flu viruses out there, and they're going to give you one shot or two shots or whatever, 3 shots combined for 600 different kinds of viruses out there. The regular flu, 40,000 people die annually a year from the regular flu, and we had, 1 or 2 or 10 or maybe 100 people die from the swine flu thing. So don't believe the hype, people. People will get sick from the flu and die. That happens every year. 40,000 people get the common cold and die. You know what I mean? So, when you start seeing people dying from the flu or whatever, that is normal. You know what I mean? So,
that's reality, yeah.
Don't panic. Like I said, I feel that God's given you everything in your body. If you keep your immune system strong and do things to keep it built up, that the human body can resist a lot of things. And I tell you what, God's given us the tools already to fight these viruses out there. Now with this mutating different viruses together and all that, I don't know, that's some crazy stuff, but only from a laboratory would you get human, swine, and avian flu all together, you know what I mean? And it's some kind of weird concoction. Go ahead.
Yeah, it don't happen in nature.
And I think this originally came out of Fort Dix, if I'm not mistaken. The first time,
back in the 70s. Yes. Yeah, 1976, 77, when the big fear first started. One person died from the swine flu. It was one of the original guys. There was 4 soldiers on the base that got sick. One of them died, and 3 of them recovered. The one that died was actually, he was in a sick bed at the time. He was sick, and they made him get out of sick leave and march. And they marched him till he collapsed. And when he collapsed, he went into, I can't remember, some kind of respiratory failure, and he died. So he didn't actually die from the flu. He died because of, while he was sick, the exertion that was put upon him. But out of these 4 guys, 4,000 Americans ended up either, they died, or they ended up paralyzed in large numbers, or they had these neurological problems from getting these vaccines. And really, the actual virus itself only killed 1 person.
Yep. Now, I wanted to ask you, the World Health Organization has already declared there's going to be a level 6 pandemic, which would put the UN under control of American soil and American soldiers. And who in the hell could authorize this to be a level 6 when we only had, 100 people die from this swine flu outbreak or government flu that they created and threw out there? I mean, already the human body is already, a lot of people got this H1N1 swine flu and survived and lived, you know what I mean? Their bodies fought it off. So I want to know who made this a level 6, which made the United Nations, gave the United Nations control. Now that it's level 6, they have control over basically American soil and American troops. I mean, what do you think of that?
Yeah, like finding out who ultimately behind that, I mean, it's going to end up in like the Rockefellers' laps or something, I'm sure, but That's the question, because I mean a lot of this right now is just hype. It's media propaganda. It's fear mongering. There's nothing there. Like you said, maybe 100 people. I don't even know if it was close to that high. It might be like 24 or 3 dozen. Like 30 people. There was a couple thousand, I think they said, that was infected.